So next up we're going to draw another part. So before we start we're going to change projects. So as before, click on the project button, press new, single user, and change the name to bracket. Once again, Inventor manages the location of it. Finish. Again, it's not there, so it's going to create a new one, and it's already changed to bracket. We're going to start a new standard IPT Inventor part file, and once again it's going to open up with a new sketch looking down from above on the XY plane. Remember, geometry before sizes, so I'm going to leave the sizes now. Okay, so I've just drawn a rectangle, and again I'm just going to line up the center point with the midpoint of the line vertically above each other, and the same center point to the midpoint of this line horizontally. So what we have now is our rectangle moving symmetrically at about the point. So geometry done, we can move on to sizes. This one is going to be a 50mm square. So like before, click dimension, click on the line, put it down, change the size. Okay, so that's done. Again, lots of different ways to turn this 2D sketch into a 3D one, over here or over here. So this time we want to go 20mm up, and we've got our base. Okay, now we're going to do the back to this bracket, so we're going to create a new sketch on the top face, and we're going to draw another rectangle. First of all, we're going to click right in the corner, which locks the top left hand corner on the shape underneath, and this time I'm just going to go over to the side. It doesn't matter how far this way, as long as it's on that side edge. Right click OK. Okay, so now it's fixed at this point here, and it's fixed on this right hand side. So all we need to do now is dimension here to here. Now as you can see, it's going all the way down the side, and I just want to do this bit. So if it won't select it, you can just click on the top line, the second line, and then come over, and that's going to be 15, and finish the sketch. Okay, so we're going to extrude. Again, it can see two shapes, so Inventor wants us to pick one. You can move this around if you want. If it's in the way, you can just grab it. So I'm going to pick this one, and we're going to go up 55 tall. Home key F5 will zoom all. What we're doing now is getting the basic shape. We're going to add some features to it now. We're going to add a chamfer this time on the corner. One there, one there. Remember, if you pick the wrong one, you can control click to get rid of it. Remove it from the selection, and we're going to set the size as 10. Then we're also going to do a fillet along this edge, 5mm. So our part's starting to take shape now. Okay, next up we're going to put a slot in this face and cut it all the way through. So new sketch. Okay, and just like we did the back, this time I'm just going to make sure that it's on the bottom line and then over. So you'll move up and down. Okay, now we need to align the midpoint, not with the, it's a bit tricky here because you can see that there's two. This is the midpoint of our 50mm line, and that's the midpoint of the line we've just drawn. So just select that one. You can tell if it's right because when you grab it and move it, it should move symmetrically, which is what we're after. Okay, so geometry done. Time for some sizes. 25mm across and 5mm tall. Finish sketch. Extrude. Find the profile that we need. We don't want to add, again we want to remove material, so we're going to press cut, and we want it to go all the way through, so we just select all there. Okay, now if you look underneath, we've got this slot all the way through. Okay, I'm just going to spin the part around now and look at the back. This time I'm going to place a hole. Okay, we are going to do it with a linear, so we're going to select the face. Then we're going to select this reference edge, 25. Then we're going to select the bottom, 55, and the hole is 20mm all the way through. And we're going to apply that. Okay, let's go back to the home position. Now we're going to put a hole in here. This one's slightly different, it's going to have some more features, but we start off the same way. We click on the face we want. Click on our first reference edge, 25. And this time we want the back corner, a bit tricky to find, 35mm. This time the hole's going to be slightly different. This time, instead of just being straight through, we're going to come up with a tapped hole. And we're just going to pick isometric profile, and the size from the drop down box is 10mm, and it's right-handed thread, and we want it tapped all the way. We don't want it going down to this distance, we want it all the way, so we click on the full depth. In addition to the 10mm tapped hole, we want a counter bore, which is the second one down, and that is 16mm diameter by 5mm deep. Apply, cancel out that, and that's our part complete. We just need to press save, and remember to give it a proper name. Don't save it as part 1 or 2, because as we said before, this name ends up on the drawing, so we want to make sure it's spelled correct with a capital at the beginning. And now we have another part.